Hi there, I'm Chef Celeste, and welcome to my Louisiana kitchen, where I'm going to take you around Louisiana through food. We're talking po' boys today and more po' boys. We're doing some with catfish, alligator, and crawfish, so a seafood po' boy. And we're going to do some chicken ones for you all that don't really eat a lot of seafood or you're allergic to seafood. We got you covered today. So stay tuned. We're going to get started with this here, but first I'm going to tell you about the ingredients. We have our breading. Then I have tomatoes that's going to go on top. We have lettuce. We have our crawfish, alligator, and catfish. We also have our grilled chicken over here. I'm going to make a sauce to go with it, or a topping that has my mayo in there. It's going to have some of my house seasonings in there, and we're just going to get you started. So over here I have my olive oil. I'm going to get that heated up, and we are going to fry some seafood. Be right back. We're going to start with the catfish because the alligator and the crawfish, they're already in bite-sized pieces. You can fry this whole like this here, but we're not going to. I want to show you how to do thin cut. Take your knife, you angle it, and you just do thin little strips of catfish. Just go thin, just like this here. You can actually cut them thin enough to where they actually chew like potato chips. That's my favorite right there. So this way, we're just gonna layer them on the po' boy when we get it made. So just keep slicing just like that. Look at that. Nice thin little strips. We still have the oil heating up. And then we're gonna season all of this stuff here, right here on the board. And we'll be all set in just a second. So while this is going, catfish is a big deal. For me, I don't use any imports when it comes to my catfish. I like either U.S. farm-raised catfish. You can use wild caught, however you do it, it's up to you. But make sure that, you know, you use something that is close to home. Louisiana is close to home. So you can order your catfish, have it come on in. So let me open this up and get some sprinkles on here. And yes, this is steak seasoning, but try it on there. You'll be amazed. Let's get some cayenne pepper in there because we're talking Louisiana cooking. We want some heat to it. So put that on there, blend that all in there. So sit this over to the side. Gator. Now remember, Gator is seafood. So keep that in mind when you're cooking that. If you haven't tried Gator, I want you to try it. You'll be surprised. And then come on down and pet a baby alligator when you come to Louisiana. Take one of the tours. Okay. Crawfish tails. They're already, am I gonna dump you out? Yes, I'm gonna dump you out because I did everything else on there too. So I want it all nice and even. We definitely need some cayenne pepper on that. Give that one a good little shake. So everything you bite into, it's still going to have the consistency of the seasoning, but they're all going to stand out and have their own flavors also. So now watch what I'm about to do. You see, this is my wet hand. You keep a wet hand, you keep a dry hand. You bring your flour over, or your breading. I'm going to put this right here. We're going to do crawfish first. So dry hand is going in and coating this. And then I'm just gonna go back and forth. You can use one of those little strainers. Not going to. Look at that. Drop those puppies in. And then we're gonna set them off to the side. They don't take long to fry up. Sometimes you just gotta get down and dirty with it. That's what we're doing today. All right. Alligator in. Coat that. You can use the fried crawfish and put that on top of a salad also. I'm gonna put these in together because I know which ones I'm gonna pull out first. Okay? Catfish is not going in yet, but it's going in my batter. Dump that. And then what you have left over in here, you can actually mix this all up and make a seafood stuffing. Let me clean my hands, I'll be right back. I have my crawfish in here, look at that. Nice golden little popcorn crawfish. Good for my po' boy. It can go on a salad, whatever you want to put it on. Look at that nice golden brown color on my alligator. I'm gonna put that in here in a strainer. You can either put it on a like paper towel, or you can put it into a colander and just let it drain. I'm choosing the colander method. So look at that, let it drain. Now, let's get into this catfish. So bring it over. Remember, away from you when you're doing that. So go ahead and drop it in. Let me turn my heat up a little bit more. It wants to cool down on me a little bit. But you see how it's starting to get that little sizzle to it? Let it go, let it go. This is big business, U.S. farm-raised catfish. We want that flavor, it's nice, it has a sweet flavor to it. You can actually ask when you go to your restaurant, is this U.S. farm-raised catfish? That way they have to tell you, that way you'll know you're not getting imports. To me, that's very important. I only use U.S. farm-raised catfish in my restaurants, but do the same recipe if you're doing wild caught, if you go fishing. I have to tell you about fishing one day. Again, I'm from Detroit, I'm in Louisiana. But we used to go salmon fishing, me and my dad, we go salmon fishing in Canada. And he just loved to go fishing. And I love to go, daughters like to go tagging along with daddies. I'll tell you what stopped me going fishing. We got there early on. His rod broke, so I had to sit there and watch him fish for hours instead of actually fishing. But I did enjoy the salmon when we came home. It was actually really good. But now I order my fish instead of going out to go fishing. That way I can get it cleaned, I can get it dressed, all that good stuff. So when you come down, what I want you to do is check out some of the popular seafood places. You can get all types of seafood. So go in, you just check it out and enjoy yourself. So while my catfish is going, we're gonna put this over to the side. What if you're a person that you don't really care for the seafood? We're gonna move you into the chicken, okay? We have grilled chicken over here, no fret. I'm gonna grab another cast iron skillet. We're gonna get that cooked up for you, and we're gonna make a quick po' boy. And while this one here is working, you're gonna see me put both of these po' boys together. So we'll be right back. All right, catfish is looking good. Let me take some of these pieces out that are ready. They're going right in here with my other. Okay, put your catfish in. Look at those puppies. Nice, thin cut catfish. Doesn't get any better than that. U.S. farm-raised catfish. Say it with me. U.S. farm-raised catfish. Order it by name. Okay, take that out. Let it sit. Turn my oil off. We're done with that, okay? Make sure you turn the oil off. Don't just let it sit there. So now we're gonna move on to my chicken. I'm not doing anything with the seafood right now. I'm going on to my chicken, people. Got my po' boy bread. Take your knife, go down in here. Leave it hinged. I like to leave it hinged. Okay, so now let me slide this out of the way. I'm gonna switch this over, make life easy on you. Or am I making it easy on me? There we go. Lower that down. Take my chicken strips. They're already warm, so if you got rotisserie chicken or something like that, just pop that in. Just like that. We wanna take that chill off. If you want a cold chicken sandwich, eat a cold chicken sandwich. You can do everything I'm doing right now cold. All right, we have our seasoning going in. Steak seasoning. Louisiana hot sauce. One of my favorites. I don't know how many that was. Somebody was counting, but I'm gonna add 3 more, okay? Because I like that. Then we're gonna add a little bit of parsley, and I am dinging over here. Let me take this off. All right, so we got this. Stir. You can add ketchup in here if you like. I'm not gonna do that. The hot sauce is gonna bring me all the flavor that I need in here. So remember, I added the Louisiana hot sauce. Does it make a difference which one you use? Yes, it does, because it actually gives you, you know, they each have their own flavor profile. I like this one, is nice and thick, and it gives me that heat, but it's not an overpowering heat. So, and then when you mix that with my seasoning blends that you can get on my website, it's Senior Seasonings by Chef Celeste. You have everything you need to make these delicious po' boys. Okay, look at that. Put that on there. Is it going to be a little bit messy? Yep, but that's okay. Put some tomato. Now remember, I got to save tomato for my catfish also. Banana peppers going on my chicken. Okay, I'm not putting banana peppers on my po' boy, on my seafood po' boy, so I can move that out of the way. Roasted red peppers for my chicken. I'm not heating any of this up. I want that nice cool bite, just like when you bite into the lettuce. That's how I want it. Okay, now remember when you're doing this here, because you see me with no gloves, right? Make sure your hands are clean, please. When we're eating food, or I come to your house to eat, I want to see your hands are clean. It makes a difference. Okay, lettuce on the top. It makes a difference how you build this sandwich. Louisiana has all different types of sandwiches. You're gonna come to find, we love our sandwiches. We love our po' boys. We love our muffulettas. And then, not to mention the meat pies. We gotta talk about these meat pies at another time. So we're gonna add some parsley on here. Cracked black pepper seasoning, Creole garlic. I love garlic in everything. You can tell this is my favorite. This one's almost empty. All right, layer. This sandwich is not just for one person. You're gonna share. Okay, put that on there. This piece, save that for a grilled chicken salad. Okay, now let's close it up. This is always the tricky part when you're doing your sandwiches. Close that baby up. It's okay if some hangs out, but we're gonna fold that over a little bit. Fold it over. Yeah, you gotta touch your food sometimes. Okay, now hold it like this. You see what I'm doing? I'm gonna go in around my knife, and I'm gonna cut. Look at that. Look at that. Put that here. Move it out of the way. No seafood involved. Now we're moving on to our seafood po' boy. Get your bread and watch what I'm about to do with this one. Slice the bread. Get your hot sauce. Shake it up. Coat my bread. Now make sure it's not one that's too hot for you. That's why I love the Louisiana hot sauce. It gives me the flavor, but not the heat. That's what I'm looking for, the flavor without all the heat. Sprinkle. While it's still wet and soaking in here, give me a little bit of my cracked black pepper on the bread, because I want to flavor my bread. Let me move this out of the way so you can see what I'm about to do. Now we're going in. Give me some more lettuce. I want the bottoms on here. 1, 2, right there. So let's go in with the catfish. Nice, tender, sweet pieces of catfish chips. We're gonna pile this bad boy in here, because this is what you're gonna get when you come to Louisiana. We're not gonna skimp on the seafood on your po' boy. We're gonna load it in there, okay? So now let's get the alligator in there. Alligator, alligator. All right, now, see how that's looking? We're not done yet. Crawfish tails. Put them on in there. Okay, crawfish tails in there. Hold that one the same way. So I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna tell you who I am. I am Chef Celeste. You're watching My Louisiana Kitchen with Chef Celeste. You can find me on Instagram or Facebook at Chef Celeste Gill. Check it out, and I'm gonna show you how you're supposed to take a bite of this here. So sit this thing down. I'll see you next time.